Good evening and welcome to another clusterfuck scene of Gotham by Night. Uh, Again, we are at the Velvet Rose, where some of our characters are regulars by now, I suppose. Um, so let's start. Who I'm gonna start with? Well, I'm gonna start with myself. So Mistress Tatiana is sitting currently
Okay.
at her aviary, uh, keeping company to her lovely birds and reading her book, because that's what she does lately, because she needs some peace. Uh, Next. William?
William is talking to Dr. Class about how our benefactual pact, how it's doing for Mr. Class. Like, what else is it doing for him other than me giving him some faith? Shit like that.
He's gonna be explaining he doesn't really do that much else. Not
Hmm.
immediately. It gives me the opportunity to get more out of him if I'm in a shitty situation. But beyond that, it's pretty benign.
Well, I need to pay you back some more after all these wonderful things you have given me. And only faith is the only thing I can give in return. That's very not fair, in my opinion. I want to give you some more things, probably. Hopefully. Anyway, Creed?
Creed is tucked into Tatiana's booth. Um, his feet are for once not on her up on her table. They're propped, stretched out as he's basically has his back up against the tri corner and is snoozing. Has his eyes closed and is just listening, pretending to snooze while he listens to the goings on of the club, trying to basically figure out who he should recruit for his newest escapades against the Riddler, and going through his mental list.
While all this is happening, there is a gentleman at the door appearing. He is a bit taller than usual. He arrived with a very expensive car, and he uh, gives a lofty tip to one of the people who the valet who gets his car, if there is valet. He looks
Probably.
around and he enters this place and he looks around to see people. He is looking for a specific individual, but he doesn't know if he should approach or not immediately. He looks and tries to get a drink for himself, where he actually doesn't drink the drink. He just keeps it in his hand. His back is turned to the bar, and he is just looking and trying to see everyone.
Um, Keep in mind when your eyes, when you nose Creed, your
Hmm.
predatory beast will flare in response to another vampire meeting the first time.
Hmm.
So you automatically, I forget the exact rule set for it, but you know that Creed's a vampire.
The When he sees the Creed, he actually will raise his drink if he can.
Creed will open one eye. He probably has a flask on him. He'll just respond by raising it, then close his eye again, go back to pretending to be asleep.
Does he see any thing around here that would take his attention, or
I mean, he can probably see on the left side of where the bar is, the stage, and there are, dancers on it, like classy dancing though, not like not go-go dancers or anything. Just
mm-hmm.
very artistic, very uh, what's the word I'm looking for?
He
Um,
will actually look at the the bartender,
yeah,
and
that's
he will say,
probably the best
"Hey,"
way.
hmm and he will just be like, he will like give him like $100, and he say, "This is a nice drink, but I am looking for someone. Can you tell the person who owns this establishment? Nate is here."
Well, probably the person at the bar will pick up an intercom, like a walkie-talkie kind of thing, and say something.
William is.
And
Sorry, go on.
yeah, it will. The message will go to obviously my personal, bodyguards.
Uh, Nathaniel would be seeing me and William at the bar
I
because we're
mean,
sitting there.
I
I'm
mean,
not saying that
yeah,
he's
but
doing anything, but he's seeing it.
Hmm.
Seeing us there.
Yeah.
yeah, but he doesn't know. They don't know each other,
Yeah, William is
and
just
I
going.
don't see
Saying
anyone
they
who's
do.
because I'm in
I'm just
the
informing him we're at the bar.
well,
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah, but you are patrons. You're
Yeah,
not employees.
Nathaniel's
I
um
I never mentioned any of that. I don't know where the fuck you're getting that from, though,
Anyway,
Yuki.
go on, Mr. Hightower. You were saying?
I was just gonna say, like, if I feel anything weird out of the Christian and William, he will just raise his thing to them as well.
William is
In a
going
very
to, like, keep a track on you after you said that you're looking for the owner of this fine establishment. So you feel like you're being watched.
my
Well,
character feels like he's watched.
Yes.
Okay, he is gonna like
okay.
return the looks if William is looking at him.
I have a question. Does is William able to pick up sounds from inside the aviary?
I mean, I can hear up to 2 miles, so I assume so.
Um, you're going to hear something like
Hmm.
like an item falling on the ground, like uh, and after that you will see one of the guards going back to the bar and asking who is here to see Mr. Tatiana, pretty much. And that's what's gonna happen.
The When the guard comes near, he will point at the he will look at the bartender to like, hey, you know it's me. Tell him it's me. Like he will just like his face will say it. He won't say it with voice. Then he will put another 50 to the as a tip.
Well, and the bartender will probably point with his head, and the guard will make a gesture to follow him, pretty much.
He smiles at the guard and follow the guard.
Chris is just watching curiously, taking a sip of his fucking water.
This handsome mustache motherfucker is following the guard now.
Damn it, Ahmed-chan. Well, when you arrive at the aviary, the other guard will open the door. You will see that it's a pretty big, room. There are three albino birds in there, a peacock, a raven, and an owl. And you will see her on the other side of the aviary, pretty much pacing back and forth. And as soon as you're in there, the door behind you will close and the guards will leave. Which probably for the others, this is something strange for the people watching,
The
especially those who are in the know.
the if Tatiana's turn is back, Nathaniel will slowly approach.
Yes, she's pretty much trying to compose herself because it doesn't uh believe what's happening right now.
It is indeed me.
And she will turn around and she's a bit shaky and in shock. And she will take a shy step forward.
How many years has it been?
I didn't know if you were alive.
I was alive, but alive is a strange term.
By the way, can I tell that you're a vampire?
Yes, I think.
Uh, Creed, can I tell that he's a vampire? Because
Yeah.
last time I saw him, he was a ghoul.
Yes, you can automatically tell. You can feel the beast. You can feel each other's beast flaring up inside each other.
Among other things. Wink,
Yeah.
wink. Anyway, back on track. So she will reach out her hand for to find his pretty much. So
He
she has to believe that he's actually real and he's there. It's unbelievable.
he takes her hand and lands a gentle kiss.
Oh, hell no.
And she'll take another step forward.
And he will hug her.
At this point, Creed's peeking out of his booth, watching this.
Can they see it?
They probably can hear, not see. That's why she was on the back of the aviary specifically. Creed.
Mhm.
Fine, Creed is going to get out of his booth to discreetly peek into the
But yeah,
aviary.
she's totally gonna hug him back, like a real squeezy
Yeah,
uh, kind.
he will like whisper and say, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm
I was
sorry.
unable to reject her orders."
So she did that to you too. There's
Um,
so much I want to tell you.
we have eternity to tell each other things now.
William is going to look at the doctor and he will go, huh,
Hold my beer.
pardon me, doctor. I think I'm going to be right back.
So at this
And
point, Creed's peeking into the aviary. So as William gets up, he's going to look back at William, look at this,
yeah,
then look back,
Yeah,
and
well,
slowly just take a sip from his flask.
just for the story, Creed probably has heard of Nathaniel
All right.
because
They probably
it was
never
a
met,
yeah.
but
No,
you
they
heard.
have never met,
Yeah.
but he probably have heard of him because it was kind of a big thing,
All right.
you know. And
Christian's gonna
yeah,
answer William and just gonna, oh, yes. Yeah, you do that. I'll just sit here drinking my water. Just takes another sip. saddest fucking bar patron in the fucking history of the
Like
world.
for real, we have the best drinks in this house, and you're drinking water.
Christine, I'm gonna PM you something just a second,
I'm
but
an
you can
angel.
continue.
We don't sully our bodies with alcohol.
Yeah, you just keep telling yourself that.
Yeah.
Can you hear my thoughts, or do you have to
I can't.
activate it?
I can't hear your thoughts. I can talk into your brain, and you can talk
Oh,
back to me.
oh, okay,
But you can't talk to me if I haven't started talking to you first.
okay, okay.
That being said, I am gonna look through your eyes
Oh,
when
very
you get in there
lovely.
to see what the fuck's going on.
We have the puppy following us. Yay!
Yes, a very wonderful puppy that can bite your face.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
My the thing I'm training to be an attack dog.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's my attack dog.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
to be
just
fair,
trying
at
to
the
fight over
moment,
these two.
Well, to be found until the pack is finished. You're not
yeah.
really. Just kinda. God fucking damn it. There we go.
So what happens while they're hugging and talking?
Yeah,
Oh
William is
fuck.
walking towards where you guys are. Where, yeah.
Hmm. Does the door is locked, Christine, or
No.
so they just barge in?
But I think they can just walk in.
I,
They
I,
don't
I
need to break
mean,
down the door.
I mean, they didn't lock us in, obviously, because that would be suspect on so many levels. uh,
I guess William will barge into this wonderful reconnection of sorts.
that he knows nothing about.
Yes, that he knows nothing about.
Creed's going to follow in discreetly to take a seat in one of the corners. Like, don't mind me, I'm just watching.
Immediately, Nathaniel turns at William. He has a face of like, "Excuse me, but this is Tatiana's place, and he respects it, and she knows that, like, he knows that she respects these type of things, and she doesn't like people barging in. So he kind of looks at
Yeah, a lot
Tatiana
of
and
times
then
just
looks at
barging in.
William.
Yeah, Tatiana recoils for a second. Like, it's like she didn't really expect that, but then again, she didn't expect any of this to happen tonight. So, uh, in her mind, there's a big "oh shit, what now" going on.
William is going to glare at Mr. Hightower here, and then he's going to walk forward and he's going to ignore Mr. Hightower like he's not i- in this room at all, and he will give Tatiana a hug and he will kiss her. And he
Okay,
will go, "Oh, Tanya, I didn't know you were bringing a friend."
At which point Creed will go, ooh.
yeah, Tatiana is a bit in shock at the moment, for because William has never been this forward before. You understand? So, still have something that it's new territory, and it takes a step back. It's like, William, what are you doing?
And then he will look at Mr. Hightower and go, "William, pleasure to meet you. And you are?" He will give you a smile as well while doing this shit.
Hmm. He will say, "Nathaniel Hightower, pleasure to meet with you, good sir."
Mm. I didn't know Tatiana had a very handsome friend such as you, Mr. Hightower.
I didn't know Tatiana had friends as well.
Mm. They will look that William will still have his smile and he will look at Tatiana.
Maybe Tatiana should introduce us to each other.
Yes, maybe.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. If I can get a word in there, you guys. Because after the dick measuring contest, She will, yeah, compose herself again, yet again. Well, I actually have a lot of friends. This is Mr. William McGillivray, and this is Mr. Nathaniel Hightower.
Nathaniel extends a hand to William.
Yeah, he will shake it with a smile. He's like looking at you, but his eyes doesn't seem to be smiling.
For a wolf, looking in the eyes can be challenging, and Nathaniel does not take his eyes away from your
Yeah, but
eyes.
you don't know he's a wolf, though.
No, I don't know. I'm just explaining. Like maybe he may know. Like this is something he may not know. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't know it, but he is challenging William
Yeah,
by
yeah.
staring in his eyes and not letting it go.
Hmm.
I think like they're like still holding hands and
Yeah,
looking at each other's eyes. It's like none of them is pulling away.
At this awkward pause, Creed is going to come up behind um, Tatiana and go, "So that's Nathaniel. You're right. He is hot."
I wish I could say
Creed.
the same thing
Creed.
for everyone here.
She will turn around and look a glare at Creed. Like, what are you doing?
Creed
Um,
just gives a mischievous grin.
They now Nathaniel
Thank
will
you, Creed. You always make things so much easier for me to handle. Why
So
don't
this
we?
must be completely awkward.
hello, Mr. Creed. I never had the pleasure to meet with you. As he looks away from William, like he doesn't exist, and then looks at Creed and extends a hand.
This is Creed. He's my blood sibling.
While you're doing that, William is going to grab Tatiana's waist.
And probably
And you can see in her face, like, what the fuck are you doing? Pretty much. She's not gonna say anything, but you can see in her eyes that, why?
Creed will take um will will take Nathan's hand and say, "Name's Creed. You must be Nathan. I've heard so much about you."
Nathaniel Hightower, and I'm happy that you heard. I come back to
Well,
the city recently, and I will stay in the city for a while.
For business or pleasure, Mr. Hightower?
Both, and to do with the whatever I want.
Ah,
I'm cracking up. But at this time, Tatiana is pretty much wrangling herself out of the, you know, gravature, let's say, of William, and she's trying to keep order in the place, but it's seems utterly impossible at the moment. So, gentlemen, why don't we take a step back and perhaps start this whole encounter over? Um. Okay. Why don't we go upstairs in the office? Maybe then we can have some more peace and quiet to discuss whatever we need to discuss without disturbing my birds. And without any other words, he will just turn around and beeline for the door. And if she was human, she'd be sweating balls right now.
William will gesture for Mr. Hightower to go on. He will put his one hand behind him and he will gesture to the door in the other and give him a smile.
Is this your place, Mr. I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Oh, yes. I'm afraid that it's pretty hard to remember for, let's say, a very sophisticated man such as yourself. But go on. I believe she's
Creed
waiting.
Creed goes, great. I bet Tatiana has soundproof walls, so you guys can really go at it there. And starts
Ah,
heading up.
The does like William still touches him?
he will like sort of grab you by the shoulder, like trying to lead you to where Tatiana wants.
Oh, the second like you touch his shoulder, he will stop and then like touch your hand. He will look at you and he will just be like, "I wouldn't."
Creed's going to sigh, circle back, drape his arm around each of your shoulders, and go, come on, boys. No dick wagging down here. Don't want to go breaking any unspoken rules.
William is not going to break eye contact with Mr. Hightower until Creed here gets in the middle of us.
And by the way, how much strength do either of you have?
3.
I need to. My character has 3 strength as well. Vigor is added to strength automatically, so.
Yeah. So you just have 3 and 3?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this guy, if you resist, it's like being pushed along by a truck.
Nathaniel will take himself away and he say, "I can walk, Mr. Creed. Thank you. I'm not the one who's trying to break the rules here."
I am not breaking any rules. I'm merely being courteous, for you do not know where her room is.
Right. Last thing I want to do is see a bat fight a dog. Well, non-public at least.
Then please muzzle your dog, Mr. Creed. And he will turn and leave.
Oh, now. Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Creed will look at
Boy's
William
gonna
and
get
go,
beat to shit
then
tonight.
look at himself and go,
Oh man. Honestly,
I have a dog?
out of character, I don't think I could win a bitch out with Ahmed-Jan.
I'm not sure any of us could. Oh,
I
hell.
apologize from you, Bullet, but I prepared that line just for William.
Don't worry about it.
Oh my god. Okay, back in character. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh god.
Creed
Okay.
will be like, oh, he's calling you my dog. Are you going to take that?
William will try to remove Creed's arm. He looks kind of sort of mad, and he will just walk towards the room.
Creed
I
will
think he
give a
would
small
look more
laugh.
like a bitten puppy at this point after that.
Creed will just give a small laugh and follow the two war slay lovers up the steps.
The Hightower is quite. He is looking around to see. He's taking everything, and he does enjoy people's, like learning about people and what has changed here. So he looks around to make sure everything is like like he tries to take in everything. Let's just say it that way.
Well, pretty much you'll see the guards at behind the booth where Creed was sitting, and behind there are stairs, and pretty much this is where they're pointing for you to go, since you're the only one that doesn't know the way to the
Mhm.
office.
He will like rush, but he will look around to see. Like he will actually like after that type of thing happened at the talk between, he will try to follow Tatiana anyway because she left. There was some talks like for 10 seconds, and then he will follow
Oh, she
her.
has already been in the office for some time now. Like for real,
Mhm.
I'm not dealing with this shit.
Okay. So do I need to like? Is there guards here?
Well, the guards will point to the stairs,
Okay,
and you
then he
can
will go
go
to the stairs.
upstairs. And there's a door then that you can knock, probably.
He will, but like he will knock it. Yeah.
Please enter.
And he will enter.
Nate, I'm sorry about this. It's, I know, kind of a complicated situation at the moment.
We can talk later if you want to. I think your friends are coming here as well. Your friend and your brother.
Yes, well, I didn't expect this to go down that way exactly, but please do have a seat.
He sits.
And yes, he's also sitting on the couch. Um, and waits for the others to come so this circus can go full circle, I guess.
Mm-hmm. When William gets there, he's going to take the seat closest to you.
Okay,
Creed is going to come in,
okay,
shut the door.
wait. What's the proximity of Nathaniel to Tatiana at this point? Because this is gonna be funny. Oh god.
I posted the thing, by the way, guys.
Oh
The code.
yeah.
But the Nathaniel just waits and he doesn't look at specifically at anyone. Oh, see. Also, does William and Talon they arrive to this place? Pardon. Does Christian and
We've been
Talon
at
will they come?
Oh, you mean like leave the bar?
Yeah.
No,
Are they
no,
gonna?
no, no. They're at the bar. I don't even
Yeah.
know Tyler in character.
Okay.
It's fresh.
Oof.
And by the way, sorry Jason for being in the backstage. There's no more space.
But yeah, William will try to get to the closest seat to Tatiana.
And you can see that he feels a bit uncomfortable being in this situation at the moment. Um,
Creed will come in with a beer and hand it to William, then hand Nathan his flask. You both look like you could use a drink.
what's in the flask, Creed?
Blood.
That
It'd
doesn't
be
say
like
a lot.
not that great.
What? I made sure it's not. Well, it is spiked, but not that bad.
I was gonna say, is it sealed so the blood doesn't just turn to a rock?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kept fresh.
My
Spike
character.
what?
My character will, look at Creed. Very nice smile. And he says, "I thank you, but I am full."
Creed shrugs and takes the flask back.
Just a second, guys. I got a phone call at BRB.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we going to be civil now? And she's looking directly at William and
Out of
sideways at
character.
me.
Are we in the same couch?
Probably.
He will put his
I'm
arm on the back of like the what do you call this? The thing you lay. Wait, not lay. Like you rest your back. I forgot what it's
It's
called.
just a backrest.
Yeah, that. And he will put his arm, but not around you, just on top of there, like sort of draping around your character, but not touching you or anything like that.
yeah, just invading the personal space. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know what
exactly,
you're doing. Yeah.
exactly. Welcome back.
Creed will sit in what if you have like a love seat or an armchair, he'll sit in that and have turn it towards this show.
It's like draped across it, feet off one end, fucking
Yeah,
leaning back with his flask. Yeah.
sipping it slowly, like with this cocky grin on his smile.
Is this
Honestly,
really that amusing to you?
Creed will be just raise his eyebrow at that question. Thought you need some would need some muscle at least to decide to really go at it.
Let's not go there.
I do
Are
not wish to break
we?
rules in my friend's establishment.
Yeah, Will
So, I assume we're ready to be more civil now? And she will
well,
turn and look at William.
he shrugs. We've always been civil. He will still be like glaring at Mr. Hightower. He still has the smirk on his face.
Um. Okay, this is quite awkward. I'm not really sure where to begin. Uh, and she will kind of turn towards William. This person is a very close friend from my past. He is
I've heard.
important to me.
I've heard.
I don't know what you've heard or what you know or think you know, but I don't like you disrespecting him in
Am
this
I
manner.
disrespecting you, Mr. Hightower?
The If I can ignore glaring, which I think in this culture is it considered civility. You're being completely civil to me.
And then he will look at Tatiana. You are completely civil.
I think the I need to hold a sign of sarcasm here. He says he adds that like the I don't know in which society glaring is civil.
My
Certainly not in
society.
mine.
Well,
Then your society indeed needs to be more civil. I can teach them if you want to. I am actually some kind of a teacher of civility if need be.
Oh, I would love to see you try and teach them something like that. That would be very amusing to watch. See you, your limbs being. He will stop himself from continuing.
yeah, you see Tatiana looking at you straight us in the eye, uh, with a very stern look, and pretty much shaking her head slightly, pretty much telling you with the with her eyes, like, "Listen here, you little shit. This is when where you shut up."
Is it to William or to Nathaniel?
To
To
William.
William.
Hmm.
Pretty much when Nathaniel said what he said, she pretty
Hmm.
much was looking downwards and concealing a smile. Because, it's that wit that she has missed for so long.
Nathaniel says, "My limbs," you said.
Ah, to be more civil, I suppose, I will close my mouth shut for
That would be
now.
the best thing you have ever done this day, Mister William.
It looks like he was about to say something really awful, but then he like moved his head to Tatiana and then he just quiets
Ooh,
down.
burn!
Gentlemen, maybe we should. Um, I think we started on the wrong foot here. Um, and now she will turn to Nate because maybe there's more. He can be reasoned with easier. Let's say, without me having to use anything more. Damn it. Nate,
Just give me a few seconds. I really apologize for this, but like now my door fucking knocks. I'll be right back. I
It's
really
fine.
sake,
Take your time.
apologize.
who's at
Take
your door at
Fuck.
10 p.m. for fuck's
Probably,
sake?
probably my mom. I'll be right back.
Give her keys for fuck's sake. Uh, well, since he's BRB, why not Talon and Dr. Class have a small clash?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there staring straight into the fucking wine rack or whatever is behind the bar. It's
Yeah.
wide-eyed, slack-faced. Great conversation, you guys.
Yeah, and Talon just comes up and he's like,
I don't think you
Hey.
guys can hear this.
Well,
okay.
Dr. Class can because
Oh
he's
yeah,
hearing it
Dr.
through
Class
me.
can. Talon can't. I don't think.
I have pretty heightened senses. I can hear.
Yeah, but
I
you're
can
in
see
a
like miles
club.
away
There's
and hear
there's
storm.
music and it's on the top floor.
And I'm
How many
sure
floors are
I'm
there?
sure Tatiana has soundproofed her apartment up there.
Yeah, at
That's
least
why I
up to a
asked.
point. Yeah, I mean, for reasons, obviously.
Jesus.
I'm back, guys.
Welcome
Yeah.
back.
Like nothing weird ever happened on that couch we're sitting on.
I remember when I was a telemarketer and I had like this red leather couch. The first thing my girlfriend at the time said, she's like, I'm gonna break into your work and we're gonna use that couch." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, probably
Anyway.
it was used before, but anyway. Okay, back on track. Well, Tatiana will actually address Nathaniel now. Nate, William is a close friend as well. It's quite a bit
William's eyebrow
different.
kind of like how you say twitch when you said close friends.
Well, it's not like they've established
Yeah, I know, but it's still,
anything, but
you know, it's still, you know, yeah.
it's not quite the same. But um, it's hard to explain. We have a connection, let's say, and I would actually be very grateful to the both of you if we can not have such adversity and antagonism. After all, I do care about the both of you in different ways, I suppose, but there's that. Now, William, I haven't seen Nate for 15 years, and you just barging in like that is
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
exactly, you didn't know, but you didn't ask.
You said that in the most sarcastic way possible, by the way.
Yeah, but we're trying to ignore it right now
Mhm.
because I really don't want to frenzy. And it's mm. Anyway, at least I had Creed to practice with self restraint. So there's that. Thank you, brother. uh,
Siegfried is useful for something, but you're right. You all should be rolling frenzies.
well, we're in a social scene. We'll not go that far. Like,
Yeah.
okay, come on. It's just a spot, like a love triangle. It's not anything uh, vital, right?
That's
I think
exactly
the
what
if we
vampires
roll
end up
for
doing
frenzy,
usually. But
it's also like. My apologies. Please do continue.
if there's a strict rule in PvP and everyone rolls a frenzy because they're being sarcastic dicks to each other, like where's that even gonna resolve? How's that even gonna go?
I
Exactly.
mean,
There is a rule against PvP. Therefore, like, I think
yeah.
while being we can be sarcastic assholes, but if we
Yeah.
go like frenzy, we will lose our control, attack each other. I think the cease will be against that. So
That
Yeah.
would be bad.
yeah.
Like I agree that it is a part of the game, and we should probably visit that with the storytellers at some point. But for now, the hard
Mhm.
and fast rule is you can't do anything to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
we can talk with each
and
other's
and
mind, but we can't do anything that might actually harm them.
Yeah.
and it's also like one of the things is like we agreed to this. I think all like three players who were involved, as in like
Mm.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
all agreed to this when we were
Yeah.
Yeah.
coming. So
They
like
also
it's not
agreed
just
to
like
punches being thrown, so up to
Yeah.
there it's okay, but preferably not. But,
yeah, like
you know.
that was like an agreement. I don't mind if my character was gets fucked
Roughed
up.
up a bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
mind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get back in character,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah. Uh.
I believe Dr. Class is going up because he doesn't want William to do something stupid.
Like, I don't want you to end up getting hurt. I just got you.
Yeah, you have to protect your investment, of course.
Yeah,
I have to protect my investment too. So,
that's why I'm coming.
because, at this point, Tatiana hasn't had a drink from William in days. So, she's a lot better state than William is. Uh, but yeah. Um,
Claus is standing outside, whatever the door, I'm assuming, and just knocking on it. Like, come on, bit bitch.
um, are we expecting more company?
Are we?
Mm. Enter, please. Like, you can hear some annoyance in your voice that you have not heard before, because
Mhm.
usually she's very, very calm and very, very composed.
I'm gonna walk in. Look at what's happening here. Act very badly, like it's a complete surprise.
Oh man.
Like, oh no, oh, I didn't
Dr.
know you had time for
Class,
me.
what a
Christian,
surprise.
buddy.
Hey, thought I'd
You two
pop
know
in.
each other?
Yes,
How
we went to
very
medical
curious.
school together.
Hmm, very interesting. How may I help you, doctor?
Well, I've just figured I'd come by for chat. It's not so often there's so many people around.
Are you bullshitting?
Oh yeah.
Roll for it.
I'm saying it like it's the truth.
Well, it's not the truth, so roll for it.
I'm a demon. If I'm saying it's the truth, it's the truth.
Roll for it.
I literally don't have to.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing
Uh,
they do.
for real.
Yeah.
So what? I can't tell if he's lying or not.
I mean, you might be able to supernaturally clash if you have aspects, but
Only with aspects.
well, it's a supernatural power that says whatever the truth is, whatever I say is this kind of thing. Similar to Prime Words of
Oh,
Truth, only
for
he doesn't
fuck's
actually have
sake!
to
I
say
hate
the truth.
demons. I decided.
Most people hate demons. It's okay.
Guess which
And
motherfucker
that's
has
why,
Also, why
aspects?
everybody
and
says
that's
I'm
why,
immortal, even though I'm clearly not.
Demon the Fallen is bullshit.
I mean, that's not from Demon the Fallen, that's from Demon the Descent that everybody just decided I had
Yeah.
that ability.
Anyway, yeah.
Mr. Klaus, I heard.
Dr. Class, he's an associate of ours. Dr. Class, this is my friend, Mr. Nathaniel Hightower.
Oh, how very nice to meet you. I walk over, like, reach out a hand to, like,
He
shake your hand.
extends a hand. He shakes it and says, "It's a pleasure to meet with you, sir."
It's always nice to see a new face around here.
Thank you. Doctor, are you which field that you are
Oh, I'm in,
practicing?
well, women's care mostly.
Ah, psychology.
No, no. No, more,
Um,
how to be
Yeah.
discreet about
he's
it.
working at Planned Parenthood.
Yes, that.
Nice. I will. Maybe we can talk in the future. I understand that everyone here is some sort of soup, as everyone seems to be very friendly. Maybe we can talk and see what can we do together as two doctors.
Oh, you're a doctor as well.
As I have said, I'm in psychology.
Oh, very interesting.
Psychology or psychiatry? Decide, man.
I said he is a okay, wait. There was like in English, fucking English. Thank you.
Yeah, psychiatry. Yeah.
Let me check.
Do you fix minds or study them?
He has uh
Psychologist is not a doctor. Psychiatrist is a doctor. He can
Yeah.
prescribe drugs.
yes, psychiatrist.
Psychologist
He's a
is more to
psychiatrist.
psychiatrist
Okay.
physician.
He's like like I don't want to say this, but he's like Hannibal.
Ah, okay.
Like I didn't take anything, but like he is like I think Hannibal is a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, he is a psychiatrist.
Does he eat liver? Never mind.
Do
Never
not
mind.
ask questions.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go back in character.
Maybe we should talk and see what we can come together as two, someone who has the same kind of the same professions, or let's say two doctors.
Oh, that would be very nice, I'm sure.
Are you
So
planning on opening a practice again?
I think this city has a lot of beautiful individuals and a lot of beautiful opportunities. I would like to gather those opportunities again.
I must say, I've missed sitting on your couch.
Ooh.
Like eye twitch.
Then when we are together, and he adds this with like underlining at his voice. He has like a manipulation tree. He is good at like wording his like like the voicing his words. And he
Mhm.
says when we are alone, I'm sure we can sit at the couch again and I can listen.
She will nod. But of course, there were like things between the lines when she said that.
Mhm.
Obviously, right?
Like the class is just gonna sit down and whatever is clearest to
and
William,
I
but
want to
isn't
know
like
what
invoking on people's face.
what color is William's face at the moment.
uh,
Slowly turning red.
yeah, sure, why not? But not too obvious.
Does he
Still,
glares
yeah,
again?
yeah, it's still glaring.
What does he like when I say glare, is it like he makes a voice of like intimidation or
No, he's like literally like looking at you with his
Mhm.
eyes like angrily.
William like no Nathaniel gets enough of that
Mm-hmm.
and he like turns the look again. I'm not afraid of that look.
I'm just gonna reach over and
Ah,
just like pat William's hand. It's like easy now.
Yeah, do you need some aloe vera for that burn? Ah,
I am
William is like sort of breathing heavily, and he will. You know what, Mr. Hightower? I think I am being, how you say, very rude with you and Tatiana over here. I think I'm gonna go up for a bit. Nice meeting you, Mr. Hightower.
he gets up
And
and extends a hand actually.
he will give you a hard grip and shake your hand like a death grip.
Yeah,
Strength,
like
can't just.
would you like to roll for it?
Yes, yes, let's
no,
go for it.
guys, come on.
Yes.
No eeping here.
No, it's not. They're not PvP.
Yeah.
They're like basically these two men right now being the lowest how do I say, like the lowest of themselves and trying to like bully each other by
Yeah,
handshaking. That's like the
yeah.
worst thing you can do, but you do it anyway.
So what do we roll for? Just
Oh,
flat strength?
I just like it to imagine it. That's
It'd
Nathaniel
probably be
trying
strength and
trying
brawl or
to be like
strength and athletics, depending on
it's just a handshake.
Yeah, I think it will just like be strength
if
to be
he's
honest.
Okay.
Strength
Yeah.
roll.
and whatever modifier for strength. That's that.
Yeah.
Okay. No
So
bros.
it's a
No
fair, yeah.
athletics.
So
Mhm.
it can be
There's
fair
no
because
need
we
for
both have
yeah.
three. Yeah.
Oh god.
Oof.
Where is
I
dice roller?
only got one. God
Where's
damn it.
dice roller? God damn it! I can't find a dice roller.
It's on
It's
bookkeeping.
yeah.
Yeah, right on
It
the
probably
PC.
shouldn't be there. Like we have to fix that server. I need to take over. Okay.
Okay, so we're both
Yeah.
tied.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
we're
both
tied.
tied. Yeah.
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 This is like the worst, by the way. Like getting tied is the worst because it's like.
Just
But
you both so
like, how dare I
angry.
recognize this
shouldn't yours
person?
have vigor on it too?
I added the vigor. I added the
Oh,
vigor.
oh, that's with the vigor. You only have
Mhm.
one
We
vigor.
I only
You're
have one
vegan.
vigor.
Yeah.
I am a
Ooh.
vegan. Yes, I have
Ooh.
like
Ooh.
Nathaniel was
Guys, I'm
considering
stronger than both of y'all at the moment.
I'm
Nathaniel
stronger than both of them.
Nathaniel was considering using Nightmare. Like he has Nightmare, 2 hours of Nightmare. I get Nightmare because I think it's more interesting than Vigor. But he like also Nathaniel's a newer vampire than you. Of course, you're more stronger than him.
Yeah, and you probably wouldn't use discipline there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He
like
respects
that. Yeah.
he respects Tatiana's like place because like he knows how she respects this place and like she values rules. So like he didn't use any disciplines. And he will look at William with a smile. It was a pleasure to meet with you and see maybe we will see each other soon.
Well,
Yes.
Tatiana will get up and tag William by the shoulder. Let me escort you.
Yes, Mr. Hightower. It was a pleasure meeting you. I hope we meet again. It was very enlightening hearing your stories and stuff. And he will just walk away. He's just
Well,
gonna ignore Tatiana as well.
I don't think you can do that.
What? No.
I don't think you can do that.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Like, you really want to make me happy. Remember?
Fuck you.
Cake
What?
puppy sounds.
So pretty much the minute they go out of the door of the office, he's gonna turn and whisper to William, "What exactly do you think you're doing?"
He's just gonna stare and say nothing.
Brooding again.
If
Second
there's
episode of Twilight.
nothing else, I am leaving.
I don't understand your reaction.
Oh, that's a kick in the nuts.
I really
Well,
want him to leave. To say nothing and punch the wall in the alley.
Oh yeah. By
I
the way,
think I
uh,
think you may not understand the situation fully, and I apologize for that. We will talk about it later, okay?
He's gonna walk out via the back room and exit.
But I was talking to you, damn it.
Oh, I thought that was okay. Sorry, my bad. Continue.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, we will talk about it later. So I thought. Anyway,
Yeah. And she will give him a hug because, you know, right now he's like a bitten puppy, so
God damn
sorry,
it.
but yeah. And after William leaves, he will go back in.
Yeah,
Creed will probably um, take note of where William is going and discreetly leave.
Well, leave discreetly is a bit of a stretch because we will see you leaving,
Yeah, get up
obviously.
and to follow William.
Yeah.
Does the creed accepts the card of?
Oh yeah, he'll take the card. I'll let you lovebirds get back to it.
Well, that makes me feel very awkward.
For fun, William is
Yeah,
going to punch the wall
Tatiana
in the alley.
is fucking face palming after what Creed says, and is like, what did I do to deserve this? Pretty much.
To assure you, I've had no carnal interests or happenings with Mrs. Tatiana.
uh, I don't think he was referring to you, dear, but
I hope not. I really hope not. Just to be sure. You never know.
oh shit, he broke his hand
Oh,
again.
God damn it, do you need me to come down after you?
No, it's fine. It'll heal in 15 minutes. Werewolves for the win.
So Creed will be coming out there to lean up against the wall and go, "Ouch, that looks like it hurt."
Is Dr. Class actually third wheeling?
Yep. Like, I just came up here. It would be weird if I walked now. I said I'd come to hang
The
out. That's what I'm doing.
Nathaniel sits on the couch again,
I'm
and
sorry about that.
what was he? Your brother said something like a bat and a dog.
Oh, you don't know. Oh, that's awkward.
Well, he just arrived in the city. How would he know?
I don't know. Maybe he's been here while I haven't.
Well, perhaps we shouldn't talk about him. He's present. We can address him directly, Doctor.
Well, you started this.
Well, she will, for now, ignore Dr. Class and just focus on Nathaniel because, oh, fuck my life.
He just folds his hands in his chest.
He's a
In his lap.
werewolf.
Nathaniel doesn't say anything. No, and then he takes a deep breath, and then he says, "Now I understand what he means by uncivilized company."
Well, compared to some others of his kind, I'd say he's pretty refined.
He nods.
But let's not focus on that. I was just thinking of a way to get rid of the doctor. I just don't know how to do this
See,
politely.
Nathaniel just looks at the doctor. Mr. Doctor, Dr. Klaus, I
Mr.
apologize.
Doctor.
Mr. Doctor, Mr. Doctor, he didn't say Mr. fucking Doctor. No, he didn't say that shit. No. Ha. He said Dr.
Someone
Klaus.
hasn't been to the doctor in a very long time. It sounds
Yeah.
like.
What the fuck is Mr. Doctor? I think I said this in Denmark once, but never mind. He says, me and my friend here, we have been away from each other for a long time. There are a lot of things we wish to speak in private. With all due respect, mind if I ask a little bit of privacy? I apologize for.
Of course. All you have to do is ask. He'll
He
like get
extends
up
a
there.
hand again.
We'll take it.
Thank you
you,
for
Doctor.
understanding.
It's always nice to meet someone with good manners. So rare you see those these days.
Indeed. I have to agree with that. Thank you for your understanding.
I will see myself out. He'll let go of your hand and head towards the door again.
Nathaniel now alone with Tatiana. His gaze turns towards her.
Sorry, I'm sending you a PM.
Okay.
Fuck. Anyway, yeah. Go on.
He looks at her and says, I understand that you made friends. It's been 15 years after all. How we were torn apart from each other was sad, but I just came to say I am free now.
I couldn't find you. I know back then I didn't have many choices, and when he found out, he would just wouldn't have it. But I did manage to be released. Wasn't a very easy task. I had to go through hoops. But it happened, and when I was looking for you, there was no trace. I thought, I don't know what I thought. Maybe, maybe you were angry. Maybe you were dead. What happened?
Sire, he. No, he says, she was jealous, therefore she ordered me to never to see you again. For 15 years, I was always with her, going around in this city, this country, meeting with new people, and being his, being her servant. 5 years ago, she did embrace me, but still, I was not able to leave. A couple months ago, she is dead now.
Well, my own sire still thinks he owns me, but at least I'm rid of him. Of course, when he made Creed, he tried to reel me back in. That didn't work, but at least I could help Creed a little bit. Not that it mattered in the end, but I tried.
I think that the if you need help regarding your sire, I will be there. I know
Well,
what being
you don't
owned feels
know.
like.
You don't know everything, though. I do fear him. I don't know the extent of his power, honestly, but for now, I just choose to ignore him when he's away and just play the normal and, you know, complacent child when he's here, I suppose. It
Nathaniel
seems
comes close, and then his hand touches her shoulder. You don't need to be afraid. You're not alone like you were.
you don't know what he can do.
He doesn't know what I can do as well.
Well, I just hope that it doesn't come to this. I'm fine with being resentful and ignoring him for the most part. I'm not sure I want him dead. After all, he is my sire.
Not all the lessons includes death.
True, but a mind that closed, I don't know if it can be made to see any light. After all, to him, just he's pretty dull, nothing more.
A mind is a thing I study and help. Fear, love, loyalty, these feelings and these concepts can be regained. And one of the things that teaches the lesson the most, from the experience that I had, is feeling humiliated. That teaches a big lesson.
Oh, I know that one quite well.
He smiles. I'm happy to see you again.
As am I. I hope you'll stick around this time.
I will. I have no intention of leaving you this time.
She will rest her head on his shoulder and kind of, uh, like, how do you call that? Semi hug? Not semi hug, but
Mm-hmm. I understand what you mean. Would
semi
you?
hug, semi snaggle? Kind of.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to end the scene here because I kind of need to go, and if you want, we can continue this later.
Um, I think, yeah, for the time being, I think it's good, at least for this part, and we can move
Mhm.
to the rest of the people so they can do their thing. But I
Ah,
will be
okay.
like, I will stay in the backstage, and you all can do your thing until we're done.
I then I hope it doesn't. You don't mind me jumping out.
Oh, no, no,
Okay,
no, go
thank
ahead,
you,
go ahead.
guys. This scene was
And,
very good. Thank you, everyone. I just need to
Yeah.
jump out. So see you guys
and
Thank
later.
yeah,
you.
we'll
Have
continue the catch
fun.
ups
Yeah.
uh,
Okay.
Have fun.
another time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
See you guys
so,
later. Bye bye.
so maybe.
Goodbye.
Take care.
So there we go, and I'm gonna put myself in the backstage, and or 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 I'll just coordinate, I guess. So there you go. You
You're
guys
it for the day.
do your thing, because the side chat text sex thing is, it's not
Yeah.
working out. Just do
Yeah.
it for
Yeah.
real.
All right.
Yeah.
So who goes first?
The
Well,
people
So
in
you
everyone
the
here
well,
is in the
well
public
you
alley.
were
area.
you were punching the wall, so I
Yeah,
guess
let's
let's
start
take it
there.
from there, and then probably class will go back to the bar to see Talon, and probably Anthony will at some point
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not what I said I
come in
would,
and say,
but
"What the fuck is going on tonight?"
All right. So Creed will come out to the alleyway, alleyway, lean up against the wall, and go, "Hey, buddy, you okay?"
What do you want?
Well, I originally came here to talk to you about hunting down a man in a green suit, but now I feel like you need to talk about something else.
I am more interested about that first thing you said.
All right, all right. Well, if you ever want to talk about um what the blood bond's doing to you, trust me, I've been there. I was trapped in one for about 5 years. But anyways, turns out I've been tasked to hunt down the Riddler.
By whom? Well, wait. No, I don't care. Do you have any leads?
Yeah, actually, I have a couple. I'm going to check out the science, his old workplace,
Good.
which is the science facility first,
Let's go.
and
I don't want to linger here much longer for a while.
okay. I was going to try to get some others, but if you need to go punch something, let's go.
is this when I come out?
Don't you have a
Yeah.
fight club somewhere?
Yeah, actually, I do have a fight club. Actually, let me take what you just said. He's like, "Hmm, you seem on edge. I'd want you to go in with a cooler head, but if you want to get out of here, I know a place or two that might be able to help you blow off some steam." Well,
I have no, I have no time for your drugs, Breed.
oh no drugs. I can already see you're on one in yourself.
Ooh.
What I'm offering here
Rick,
is
you
some.
little bitch.
What I'm offering here is something a bit different. I know a couple of places that like to let their stress out through more physical activities. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about sex or anything. I know you can't think about anything about Tatiana, anything but Tatiana for that. I'm talking about a little. He makes a gesture as if he's boxing.
Hmm.
If you're interested, it's a bit underground, but it might be just the thing you need.
He will look around, then look back at you, and then he will shake his head and then take me there. Wanna?
And this is when class comes out.
Eh. I'll come walking out looking as awkward as ever. uh,
Mhm.
walk around to where he knows William is. Go, are you alright?
Yes, very peachy.
You
We're
look like.
going to Fight Club.
Oh, that's interesting. Would you mind if I joined?
Why
Sure.
not?
Just to make sure nobody gets permanently hurt.
Guys' night out? Sure, why not?
Oh, I'm one of the boys. Oh, that's fun.
And I'm going to drape my arm around both of you and start
Mhm.
leading you out of the alleyway.
One arm's just up and the other's just downward.
Wow.
Yes.
Nothing's
Yeah.
gonna go and check if
Crooked
Talon
AF.
wants to join or if Anthony wants to join. Who? Where is Anthony, by the way? Let's take a break from the alley and go back
Mhm.
to the other two. And what are they doing?
Well, Talon was at the bar. Class. So he shows up. Class stares up in space and then marches off. He sends class a text like, "What's going on?" kind of thing. And then class comes down and just marches out. And a
Checks it
couple
in
of
that
them
time.
gave a bit of a wave or something, and he's just like, what the fuck's going on here?"
To be fair, you
So
probably seen William going out the back, and then
mm,
Creed following, and then
and
Class
then
following.
class.
So,
So
because there's something's going down, probably.
so there's nobody left that I know in the bar. I suppose I'll kind of shadow class, or whichever one waved to me. Which one was that?
That was Creed wave to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'll be tailing him. So unless he stops me, then I kind of see the whole punching the wall thing and everything else. And then he wouldn't be too interested in the underground fighting, but is
There's beer
Nathaniel still
involved.
upstairs?
Nathaniel is gone.
Okay. Well, I can't just march outside of the drink. And Talon's not an alcoholic, but he's also like interested in seeing another place that he hasn't been before. So
Tal's not an alcoholic yet.
I can help with that.
he's had what, 2 drinks in like a couple nights? That's not terrible.
I've had a lot of drinks since we started. And you're mixing like 4 different types of whiskey every time, so if that's not a sign of a
Look,
alcoholism, I don't know what is.
Creed can help with that lack of a alcohol addiction.
Jeez.
He can help a lot with that.
He kind of nods between you two, and he's like, "Who's he?" Because I don't think he's met William yet.
This here's William. Can I call
Hi.
you Will?
No.
Willie?
No.
Will Meister.
Oh
Fun
no.
fact: when they first met, that's exactly what Tatiana told him. Because he was being a lot playful that day.
Yeah.
Lil Will.
Oh god.
How
I don't
about
say
this?
that.
No,
Rick
actually,
does not say
he
that.
didn't say Willie, he said Billy. Even worse.
How about this? If I win this Tony of yours, you can call me Willmeister or whatever the fuck you want.
Alright, that will work. He's
You, you guys will probably notice Will's left fist kind of like uh, has a lot of cuts and super bruised, and it looks like it's slowly healing.
Talon will take that as a sign that you're something else, obviously.
Hmm. Sorry for cutting you off, Creed. Anyway, continue.
he's a man needing to blow off some steam as he finds out that his girlfriend's old boy toy is back in town.
Talon kind of shoots him this quizzical look, like,
Wow. Okay, out of character timeout, would he really say boy toy? Because it was a lot more than that. Like, for real.
Old fling.
More than
William,
that.
Okay, what would he
holy
say?
shit.
Probably old
Lover.
flame.
Old
William,
flame, yeah.
when you say that, William like just shakes his head and he doesn't want to hear more about this shit, so he just starts walking away.
Just gonna fall after. Oh, should I not have left them alone?
Look,
Ta-
man, you gotta understand though, those feelings you're having aren't exactly yours.
What the fuck do you mean?
He
He will stop
blinks and
walking.
he said, I thought Tony told you. You're bloodbound. Oh shit, she didn't tell you. He starts laughing. Oh god. Yeah. So you have to look inside yourself. Because those feelings might not all be yours.
William looks very confused and very angry at the same time. Just trying to process what you're saying.
You've seen how Tani can manipulate emotions of other people, right?
He will nod. Well, he won't nod. He will just look at you.
Well, I can do it. I can do that too. But all vampires can do it in a little way. Our blood is an addictive substance. But it's more than that. It's a fascinating drug. It's kind of cool, actually. So, you see, when someone drinks our blood, there's a chance they become bounded to us. I've done it plenty of times. She's done it. Mind you, I don't really do it on most supernaturals, especially ones I don't think deserve it. Because the whole thing about it is you suddenly become, well, it fosters love, or what feels like love.
Are you saying that I'm just being played like a fucking fiddle?
Maybe. Who knows? You might actually love her. But your emotions, you need to keep bear control on them. Because your anger, while you might love her, the anger you might be feeling might not be exactly your anger.
fuck this shit, I need something to fucking drink.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, he said, fuck this shit, I need something to fucking drink.
Talon,
That's
completely
smart.
oblivious of the laws, probably offers his drink that he walked outside with if nobody took it.
Mhm.
Doesn't say anything. He's just like, I got this. Here you go.
Just going to.
If you actually drink it, it's actually, it's this bastardized combination of like Fireball and two whiskeys, maybe a vodka. Like it's just some weird shit.
He will sip it and he will fucking spit it out and then he will take another swig and down it.
Creed, as you say, I need a drink, though. He's going to say that's probably the smartest thing I've heard in a while, and starts leading you towards where the fight club is.
Mhm.
And starts explaining exactly what a blood bond is.
I'm just
Because-
following, listening along.
Yeah.
Education is key here.
For fuck's sake, you're fucking me over.
No,
Like,
I'm actually,
too.
I'm actually helping you because if you don't fucking stop this, the court is going to go down your throat. I warned you.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I warned you that the court was after you for this.
Well,
if I
yeah,
can't-
but that's done anyway.
The court is never done. It's just on break.
Oh,
And if I can't get you to stop it, which you clearly did, I'm going to make sure your victim, who it's better for him to know now before later.
victim? Victim?
Wow.
Victim?
no.
For
Oh, no.
real? He started this whole shit.
Mate, you were the one who sucked my blood. I just wanted to feel your pulse.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
but you
entirely your
drank
fault,
my
then.
blood.
That being said,
You drank my
Out of care-
blood out
out
of
of-
your own volition without even asking.
Anyway, yeah. Let's,
William is
continue.
going to, Creed is going to explain it and try to help him understand that that basically he might very well be in love with Tatiana,
Mhm.
and it's 100% plausible, but it's also the blood bond might be further enraging him.
Mhm.
Basically, I'm trying to talk him down from a ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fucking mutual. That's not fair.
No, you just have an addiction.
Yeah. You think it's mutual. Because you made it feel mutual.
Oh wait,
Well-
no, you do have a blood bond.
Yeah.
But you know what a blood bond is going into
Yeah.
this. I'm just making sure he knows what it is.
Yeah.
Normally, a relationship between vampires is called perversion. And they
What?
bond each other to the third stage, but then it's kind of weird.
Oh no, there's no third stage shit, and she wouldn't go
Okay.
that far even, because there's no point to that really. I don't want to thrall.
That's what I'm going to do to the Riddler.
He's already mine.
That's what I'm going to do to the Riddler when I find him.
But yeah, William is still getting shit-faced. He's ordering as much drinks as possible. After a while, looks like he might have he should be having alcohol poisoning from the amount he's drinking, but doesn't seem to affect him.
What William
Yeah,
doesn't know
werewolf
is
regeneration.
every once in a
That-
while
that
the doctor just comes over,
stamina
punches
from
his back and leaves. Just remove poisoning. Just leaves again.
So, you know what else? Well, he's getting shit-faced. You know what else could be happening right now?
Fight.
Has class decide to make pacts with either Talon or Creed at this point?
No.
No.
I'm glad.
At the moment, he doesn't really see like the use of doing it to either of you.
All right.
Like, sure, that'd be positives, but is it enough positive that it's worth it?
Yeah. William is going to ask if you can bet on fight.
Me?
Not Creed, if it's possible to bet on fight in this area.
It's possible to bet on everything.
He's
And
gonna
here
pull
it's-
out his wallet and he's gonna put all his money, and he said he's gonna bet on himself.
All right.
Oh boy, this is not gonna go end well.
Creed's going to nod, put the money on himself, and then throw down an extra 100 for himself.
We should just stand and watching this. Like, should I be supportive? Should I be against this? What should I do? He just ends up standing there looking very conflicted.
Now, how? Quick question: how drunk is William at this point?
Very, very drunk.
Well, I mean, he's
Not
got
if
a
I've
hell of
got anything to do
metabolism.
with
So
it.
Creed's going to start.
I just
Creed's
say I
going
was
to
gonna
start to put down 50, $100, then pause and reduce it to 50.
actually probably be a bit. Yeah, it would look suspicious if I did cleanse you. So yeah, you'll be drunk as a skunk. You start puking black liquid.
Is it mainly mortals fighting? Or supernaturals? Okay.
Yeah, William. Sorry,
ahead.
go on. Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Talon has some cash from his previous jobs, and he'll probably do the same thing Creed does. Not even understanding that it's like betting and stuff. He's just like, we have to pay to be here.
My poor sweet summer child.
Well, Creed's supposed to be his mentor, right? So he's just like,
Oh, if that's the
Unfortunately,
case,
that's
when
totally
you
wrong.
try putting down money, Creed's just going to shake his head and says, "Don't worry," and
okay.
stop you from betting.
Yeah, William's gonna ask which direction is the fight drunkenly.
Creed is going to point in the direction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow William.
Holy shit. It's like a horse race. That way. Everything in your path.
Just like try and steer him like around people. Like, nope, not there. No, don't go into that person. They have a drink. Please don't do that. We don't need to spill on people.
Do I need to make a roll to see if I succeed in this fight? Or can I just endurance it because I can't really get hurt by bashing? Poor William.
Oh.
Well, you just make a brawl. We'll say you win it, but let's just make a brawl check, strength
roll.
brawl, to see how well you do.
If you do a critical fail, whatever it's called.
Oh fuck.
Get
That's yep. That's good.
You done did good.
You did good.
What a good boy. Such a good
Holy
boy.
shit.
Look at the boy in his cage.
When the fight is done and shit like that, William's gonna ask if he could stay at Dr. Class's place.
I have your cat.
Yeah, and he knows he'll take care of it, but still,
OMG. You're being extra.
yes, super extra.
He's drunk. Of course he's being extra. Of course he can. I've got a couch. If you don't mind me getting up very early, I
Yeah,
do have the clinic.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. I'll pay you back someday for this. Thank you.
Oh, don't worry about it. All in due time. You're going through a rough phase right now. That's okay.
Creed will probably help get William back too.
He has not
Um,
used this particular sentence on thousands of women at this point. Coming into the fucking clinic or anything. No, not at all.
Creed will help Klaus get William to his place.
I mean, I could probably carry him, but it would look very strange.
It's the gesture that counts.
Yeah. Oh, my car's still at the club. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'll have to get it in.
Oh, I figured we took a car or something here.
If we took the car, we just took my car.
Yeah.
It's a shitty little car, so all you would be like squeezed in together in there, but.
Oh no, you guys all took the car. I took my cycle.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got his motorbike.
Yeah.
Oh, well then, no problem. It's only one of you squished in the back seat.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
bet you're
we're-
driving like a Prius or some dumb shit like that.
If there's like action, if we're all crammed in and there's like physical contact, Talon will probably just say he'll meet you there, and you just give him an address.
I mean, there's a front seat and a back seat extra, so you can be in a separate size. If you want to be in the back seat, to make sure you don't touch anyone, you can. That way I can make sure if William pukes, I can push his face through the window.
I wonder if there's a condition for hangover. Let's see.
Oh, don't worry, I'll take care of that.
You take
I'm not risking you puking inside my fucking apartment.
All right, so I take it we're going to end the session with William being taken to Klaus's place to sleep off his drunken stupor, and during
I'm
his
gonna
drunken
take him into the bathroom and like place him with his head over, like as well as I can over the
Yeah.
fucking bathtub and then just cleanse
You
him.
guys are
And-
so
okay.
and basically while this is going on, Creed will get from drunken William his phone number.
By the way, William, you're gonna be puking all that alcohol up in a black vicious liquid.
Ooh.
That's gonna be nice.
Oh, black
That's
goo
why you're
again.
That's why your head is over the bath, the toilet.
Don't worry, Atlas. It's not his first rodeo.
This too shall pass. It will be
I'm
fine.
cosplaying as a sword, guys. It's okay.
Then Creed is going to leave, and as he leaves, he's going to text Tatiana to see if A, she's okay, and B, if she's regretting the blood bond yet.
If what?
If
You're
she's-
regretting that blood bond yet.
It works. You stop puking.
Well, what she will reply is, well, technically, she didn't really have a choice at that point because she was addicted to him. So it was an attempt to keep him close. So it's not like she did it for any other reason.
Creed, then, if that's the case, Creed will say, I might know someone who can get them removed. Winky face.
When we're since Klaus and William are doing their own thing, as we're returning, I think I'll ask Creed if he's familiar with the ownership.
The ownership of what?
So Talon's been to a few different places now that are all considered neutral ground. And he's yet to meet anybody who actually enforces this neutral ground. So he's just like, If you guys have
Well,
second society, who is the police?
Nobody.
well,
No.
well, that's kind of complicated, you see, man. So, Velvet Rose isn't really neutral ground. Don't really know who told you that. It's just a supernaturally friendly place because the owner's supernatural. So, yeah, nice and friendly. The only real neutral ground, like true neutral, I know of is that sushi bar we went to, and that's a mystery. How it's neutral ground, why it's neutral ground. I mean, I've heard rumors that the owners there are may not be 100% human, and they have the chutzpah to back up their claims. But otherwise, there's no real other neutral ground that I know of. I mean, hell, Elysium claims to be neutral ground, but that's kind of bullshit. You know?
That's the first time he's heard the word Elysium. So he just kind of he's like nodding along up to that point, and then he's like, "Well, what's Elysium?"
Oh, don't worry about that. You're not a vampire. You don't have to worry about it. Just if anyone to ask you to go to Elysium, unless it's me, you probably want to run the other way.
He kind of shrugs, like he's not really sure that's a satisfying answer, but he'll take it for now. Creed knows he's supernatural, or what? Yeah, we already went through that with classes. Like, yeah, he's supernatural. So.
Yep.
class is vouching for me. I'm not just a human with a weird shadow.
You're all human in my eyes. Just more or less all of you. Just different variants.
Different variants of what, sorry?
Different variants of human. Back in the day, there was only one kind. They were mortals.
Don't worry. I'll come in with a non-variant human. Anyways, what was he asking?
Well, aside from Elysium, we never really finished our discussion about the Riddler. It kind of turned into a thing with Zoe.
Oh yeah. Right. So I've been tasked with hunting. Right. That whole shitty thing. Right. So turns out that some scary folks in the vampire community don't like the Riddler poking around and dissecting folks. I said they should take care of it. They said, nah, you do it, or I will go stabby on you. And I'm like, yay, I don't want to be stabbied. So I have to now hunt down the Riddler and take care of him somehow. And since you're good at tracking and all that shit, I figured I'd offer you a position on whatever little task force team I throw together.
Who do you have?
Well, I have a drunken werewolf.
That's...
Hopefully he won't be drunk.
Hopefully he won't be drunk. Talon just kind of chuckles. That's it.
I was going to invite Tatiana along, but I think those two need some separate time to work out their shit.
Fair enough.
Maybe not the good doctor. A friend of mine, Anthony, will come along. He is a bit of a supernatural force as well, but he's asked me not to spread around what he is. But I'm
Yeah,
sure I
it's
can get him to
usually
come.
when we prefer things. Well, to be fair, most supernaturalists
So I've got
have been
those two.
vampires, and they're usually not too open about the fact that they're dead.
Yeah. So I've got those two.
And the three of us, you said this person dissects supernaturals.
Amongst other things, he seems to like poking around, testing them.
Oh, he's probably not going to say the word supernatural, so he'll actually use the word kin. He doesn't flinch, but he looks a little like tense, like when someone's holding tension when they're stressed or whatever. And he's like, "Give me," like, I mean, it would advance that scene, so we'd probably need a storyteller for that. But he's trying to think of this like phrase. He takes a minute. He's like, a jack of all trades, maybe. Meanwhile, his social skills are shit. But the point he's trying to get across is that he's good with a bow, sure, but a lot of things don't care about a bow. Like they just shrug it off, right?
I think what this will. I'm not really worried about the whole combat situation. Not with the werewolf involved, if the werewolf sobers up. What I'm worried about is the more nuancy things. You said you're good at sneaking? We might need a sneaker. How are you at breaking into places?
Pretty good. I mean, if it's completely sealed, then maybe there's an issue, but then it just becomes a different kind of challenge. And if we're breaking in, odds are it's not like a safe.
Yeah. So you'll be. I think you'll have some of the tools we'll need. This is mostly going to be stealth with a hopefully.
He's nodding along, kind of relaxes a bit. And then he kind of asks, so if this is employment, what do I get?
Well, about 1,000 up front. And then 1,000 on, then about.
You can tell he's like awkward about it and everything, like he's never had to negotiate a job before. He's just like, if this is work, then why work? Like, what's the reward? So, and you're offering him 1,000 up front?
1,000 up front, then about, let's go with 3,000 after the job's complete.
He kind of smiles and then shrugs and goes to shake your hand, like offers his hand, because he's seen it a couple times now and he thinks it's like this sealing action, I guess.
Deal? He takes your hand and asks if it's a deal.
Yeah. He nods as he shakes your hand.
Right. So in the meantime, if you decide you need supplies for this, I'll be the one to be going through for any supplies like
Boom.
Yeah, I can get you explosives. Cool. I meant armor, explosives, any lock picking devices you need. Just let me know and I'll supply.
Depending on how
within
this happens.
reason.
Yeah. If I find the Riddler, then I won't really need anything, but if someone else finds him, I need to just text me so that I can join you because
Right.
it's a lot easier for me to do something if I can see it.
Gotcha. I'd prefer I'd prefer him alive, but if you guys don't think you can grab him before that, grab him, then killing him will be fine.
I have a place that may hold him for a while. Depends on what he is or who. And you kind of
Groovy.
see this, like, his eyes kind of light up a bit, like food.
Yay, food. I'm just going to give him Creed will nod, start hanging to his motorcycle, and stop and look back and go. Speaking of which, definitely be careful around him. We're not one. We're not exactly convinced he's 100% human. If you catch my drift.
He shrugs and gives you this like knowing nod, like he kind of already assumed this guy was going to be some big news.
And then Creed gets on his cycle and drives away.
Nobody gets all worked up. An entire supernatural society. You know, I mean, you don't need to be a genius to figure out that if all these people are worried about the Riddler, he must have something going for him.
Yeah, it's called he has access to crane technology. But shh, Crane's the real problem, but we're taking care of the Riddler first.
Is Creed saying that, or was that out of character?
I should say that in character. Oh, one more thing. Keep away from the Scarecrow's territory if you know what's smart. He's most likely involved in this. And I don't want to go poking that hornet's nest.
He kind of cocks his head and pulls out this really tattered map. And he's like, territory? And has like a pen, and you can see like there's all kinds of scribbled stuff and all these little margins and shit, and he's just like, Scarecrow? And he kind of thrusts it in your direction.
I'll take it, and I'll mark down where Scarecrow's gang normally hangs out.
Sweet deal.
I'm assuming I know with a specialty in the Gotham Underground, so I'll just nod. Mark where I think it is, and hand it back. Then jump on my cycle and head out.
Yeah, he gives the old 2-finger like
right.
wave and says thanks. See ya. I think I'm gonna end the scene there.
Yeah. All right. The end. For now.
What, you mean we're ending it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, that was a very interesting scene. Thank you, players, for playing and watchers for watching. This has been another episode of Gotham by Night. We'll see you all on the next one.